Pre-owned vehicles. All new Jeep Gladiator lease, $259 per month. Loaded luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease, $279 per month. New Ram Bighorn Crew Cab lease, just $299 per month. That's right, award-winning Ram trucks, $299 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 3 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Plus, our parts, service, and body shop are open to serve you. Summer clearance event featuring Ram Bighorn Crew Cabs for $299 per month at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42-month leases, 10,000 miles per year, $32.94 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month per thousand borrowed for 72 months at 0% APR with 0 down with lender approval. Offers don't combine.
You probably know Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dray Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Water is life in Southwest Florida. It drives our economy from tourism to fishing to boating and quality of life. This is Adam Botana from Baywater Exclusive Boat Club, and we talk water for an hour every weekend on Fox News Radio. We feature guests on water quality, water safety, and water fun, including great boating day trips and tips on fishing. Join us this Saturday at 7 a.m. for the Baywater Exclusive Boat Club Hour with Adam Botana on 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. Today, you'll know if you'll be required to wear a mask in Collier County. Commissioners will discuss a mandate after the Tourism Development Council recommended one. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. You can, of course, trust Wink News to let you know once a decision is made. Also happening today, Charlotte County and Bonita Springs will also discuss whether or not you should be required to wear a mask. The Bonita Springs Council called the special meeting this evening to allow maximum participation from you. It starts at 6 at the Bonita Springs Recreation Center. Multiple employees at the Tarpon Bay Boulevard Target in North Naples tested positive for the virus. The store says the team members are in quarantine and they're working to deep clean and sanitize the store. It's unclear when the employees last worked and if they had interaction with any customers. Lee County deputies have ruled a car that went into a Bonita Springs canal a murder-suicide. This happened back in February. Deputies say the driver behind the wheel died at the scene. A child was also in the car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. 15 false 911 calls in one day and threatening officers. Cape Coral police arrested Joseph Rulo on Sunday after officers took time to respond to every one of those calls. Police say they heard him threatening to use a handgun against officers as they responded to the last call at his home. Southwest Florida International Airport will reopen Concourse C tomorrow. All passengers for Delta and United will go to that concourse for security screening. The concourse was closed in April because of TSA staffing and reduced traffic. I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Traffic slowing in Collier County, southbound on Livingston, heading to Pine Ridge. So hop on Airport Pulling if you want a faster option. Also bumper to bumper northbound on 951, starting just north of Green Boulevard, heading to Pine Ridge Road. A great commute on the East Trail between Rattlesnake and Davis. As of right now, should only take you about 7 minutes. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Tracking a few areas of rain on Doppler radar this morning, so watch out for those as you head out the door. Generally throughout the day, we're going to see our better rainfall potential south of the Caloosahatchee with only a few showers and storms north of the river. High temperatures this afternoon, lower to middle 90s, but will feel close to 105 degrees. Expect more areas of showers and storms to return by the latter part of the week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
There's There's the left's way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News, the conservative, smart, right voice of Southwest Florida.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
The Lee County Supervisor of Elections Office is currently hiring poll workers. If you would like to be part of the elections process, we need your help. All poll workers are paid for their service. For more information, visit the Lee County Supervisor of Elections Office website at lee.vote. That's lee.vote. Remember, all poll worker positions are paid, and the positions available are for the upcoming August primary and November general election.
Now more than ever, it's essential to have a primary care provider ready to care for you. Book your first appointment through Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service, MPG Connect, and get established with a care team who'll be there for you wherever and whenever you need. Primary and specialty care, walk-in centers, lab services, imaging centers, and COVID-19 evaluation and testing. Connect with Millennium Physician Group today and be ready for tomorrow. 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. As business owners, yes, we do need to make a profit. But one of my favorite things is when I hear one of my technicians tell me that another AC company told a customer they needed a new air conditioning system, and all it needed was a simple fix. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips. Or chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Today's radicalized Democrat Party is attempting to dismantle, disarm, and discredit our frontline heroes. We must fight to stop them before it's too late. But to do that, we cannot send more weak leaders to Washington. It takes a bold, unapologetic conservative to stand up to the liberal mob and protect the institutions that make America great. We can't give in, and we can't give up. I'm Dr. William Figglestaller, and I approve this message because I'm the America First conservative you can trust.
Paid for by William Figglestaller, Republican, House District 19.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad to see you standing there as we're readjusting. The camera seems to be adjusting. Things are moving. We're doing well. Jake the millennial. Look at him. He's working on his. What are you working on your fingernails there? What are you doing there, sir?
No, I cut them too short.
Oh boy. How'd you do that? How did you? What's going on with that?
I think I was rushing.
Yeah, that's you know, one of the valuable lessons I can give you as a human being who's been on the planet a little longer than you, and as a dad, is never rush when you're cutting your fingernails. It's a valuable lesson, and one that we can pretty much end the show with. Good night, everybody.
Glenn Beck is next.
That's it. That's what's next.
Glenn Beck.
Oh, Glenn. Okay, I thought you said something else. All right. Hey, speaking of Glenn Beck, this has nothing to do with Glenn Beck, but does have Anyway, our friend Mike Opelka. Did you hear about this? Keep an eye on the TV this morning because Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, our good friend, everybody knows Mike Opelka, is going to be on Fox and Friends this morning because he remember last week, said we should have a boycott of Goya products after the crazy leftists in the country trashed the chief executive of Goya, saying that because he dared to say that the president was a great businessman and we are blessed as a country to have him as president. Well, you can't say that, everybody, so we have to boycott Goya products. Well, it has failed spectacularly. And Mike Opelka said, hey, you know what we should do? We should actually have a boycott, right? Remember that? He was talking about buying the products and going out and buying products. And it was funny because he did in his tweet that he sent out, he did not hashtag, but he added Dan Bongino, myself, Emily Zanotti, who writes for Daily Wire, and one other person. I'm not sure who it was. But anyway, so he's going to be on Fox and Friends this morning to talk about it. It started to go viral. A lot of people started to pick it up. Fox started to talk about it, and so he's going to be on there this morning. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. So that'll be fun. So good for him. So that is great. We've got our own little thing going on. In case you don't know, we're close to 200 signatures now on Trump County, Florida. Remember yesterday? You may have missed it. Yesterday, I was getting frustrated with the Washington Redskins changing their name, even after the Washington Post went out of their way a few years ago to go to Native Americans to say, what do you all think about this? It's insulting, right? And 90% of them said, no, we're cool with it. As a matter of fact, we like it. So that kind of calmed things down for a little while until the cancel culture comes along, and now 2020 comes along and COVID and everything else. And next thing you know it, for some reason, here we are. We're back in this again. The Washington Redskin name is offensive. And so Daniel Snyder, the owner, who said, no way, I am not going to change the name of the Washington Redskins, in big letters, I guess in a tweet, it's never going to happen till today. And, well, actually yesterday. So they're going to change the name. They're scrapping the Washington Redskins. They're scrapping the logo on the helmets. Everything's going to be scrapped. And I said that I'm getting tired of this and the cancel culture, and soon they're going to come to a town near you, maybe Lee County, Florida, because Lee County, Robert E. Lee, you know, the bus downtown Fort Myers, the Lee painting that's in the Lee County Commission building. So sooner or later, we are next. It's inevitable because the left never gives up. Clearly, if the Redskins are going to go away, then certainly Lee County, Florida is going to go away, right? Because, well, that's how this all works. So I said, all right, good. Let's do this. Let's get a petition signed. All of you signing on to a petition. Let's all agree. Let's just do it. Let's change the name of Lee County, everybody. Let's just get it done. Let's get it out of the way. Let's call it Trump County. What do you say? We call it Trump County, 45th president of the United States, all the great things that this president has been able to accomplish. And there's a long list of items that he's been able to accomplish of great things. So why not? Let's call it Trump County. And so I mentioned that yesterday, and our program director loves it. The building loves it. People love the idea. We were getting texts, 239-479-5592. We're getting messages on our YouTube channel, where we are right now. If you want to watch, streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel while you're there. It helps to keep everything going. And so people are like, let's do it. We're going to eventually have to change it. Let's just do it now. Let's get it over with. You don't have to bother us anymore. We'll call it Trump County, Florida. And even some people, remember yesterday, Jake, it was Cassio, our program director, was saying we're going to have T-shirts. We should get people to design the logo. What do you think about that? Are you good at designing things, or are you just good at playing video games?
I'm pretty good at both.
Yeah? What would you use to design? You just like your own penmanship? You just get out there and as an artiste, and you'd be able to sketch it out?
That or Photoshop.
Okay. What did you say? Did you say Photoshop?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't. You talk so fast. You're kind of mumbling, almost like your mask is too close to your face. And if you're watching right now on YouTube, you'll see that it is. Here's what we need. I want a Trump County, Florida logo. And I want it to look like, this is what I envision. I envision the state of Florida. I envision one of those cool old school ones with the big letters. You ever see those with the big giant colorful, like the logo, like the outline of the state of Florida, and it says Trump County, Florida, and it has our area that has like a star over the top of it.
Okay.
Like old school, like an old school looking logo. Trump County, Florida. And that's what we need to. So somebody has to design that. I can't do it. And I'm pretty confident you can't. I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. But if we're going to be honest, half the time you forget to put the mask over your nose as well as your mouth. So I'm working.
Hey, I've got one in the chamber. So this is what this is.
Oh, is that the new slang for millennials? That means that you're prepped, like you're ready to go. So the mask is over your chin, so that quickly you could get it
As
over.
soon as I hear that door go, up and on.
And that was really good sound effects for people that are not watching on YouTube. That was really 239-479-5592. So Trump County, Florida. If you like the idea, you can go to change.org. Actually, if you go to our Facebook page, right, facebook.com/925 Fox News, you just click on where it says Trump County, Florida, and you'll see Trump's face. And it'll take you right to the change.org website, and you can sign there.
I got one better for you. If you guys
What's that?
Just text me Trump County, and I'll send you a link.
The words Trump County?
Yeah, text me Trump County, and I'll reply with a link to the change.org.
Okay. I like that idea, too. All right. Very good. So we're starting our own little viral, and I'm kind of excited. A lot of people complaining about it. Let's get it over with. Trump County, Florida, instead of Lee County. What do you say? Who's with me? All right. A couple of other things that are going on. It was interesting last night that Roger Stone was on with Hannity and explaining a few things about the commutation of his sentence, which, of course, has sent people into very crazy places. And I have to play coming up. I'm going to play some audio from last night for on Hannity's program of Roger Stone. But I also do have to play how Democrats have completely come unglued, unhinged. Who is it? The senator from the state of Hawaii. And, Senator Mazie Hirono, who made a comment last night on MSNBC about the commutation of Roger Stone. Commutation controversy. You know, because we're not gonna talk about Bill Clinton. We're not gonna talk about the 1900 plus from Barack Obama. We're not gonna talk about Bill Clinton and the questionable choices of people that he decided to pardon. We won't go through all of that, and it's pretty bad. I'm talking about terrorists, like people who were blowing things up because they hate the country. Not saying that sounds familiar as of late with some people, but I digress. So we'll get to that in a second. So what did Roger Stone have to say? I mean, he kind of laid it out, like what they were asking for. Again, Roger Stone, whose sentence was commuted by the president, was making the case that because it had to do with the Russian collusion hoax right out of the gate, what are we doing here? Why are we going after somebody on a hoax to begin with? But even how they were trying to make it so that he would kind of, I don't know, what's the word, roll?
After a hearing, she asked to see him privately, that if I would remember certain phone conversations I had with candidate Trump, if I would come clean, if I would confess, that they might be willing to, recommend leniency to the judge. Perhaps I wouldn't even serve any jail time. And I didn't have to think about it very long. I said, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. So the judge was saying, hey, listen, if you say a few things and you do a few things, then maybe it won't be so bad. And Roger Stone's like, yeah, not so much. Doesn't make a difference, by the way, if you love Roger Stone, if you hate Roger Stone, if you think he's creepy, if you think he's awesome, doesn't matter. The point is that this is what they were doing to an American citizen. Sound familiar?
If my conviction is overturned by the appeals court, I'd be back in front of Judge Jackson. Judge Jackson issued an incredible ruling that said that I could not raise misconduct by the special counsel, the FBI, the DOJ, or any member of Congress, Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff. So in other words, give us what we want. Give us what we want the way we want it. You're not going to be able to do anything to anybody as far as going after them, a la Adam Schiff and others. How does that sound for a deal? And he was saying no deal. And so the president commuting Roger Stone's sentence, Judge Amy Berman Jackson ordered the federal government to provide the court a copy of the president's order that commuted his sentence. He was convicted in November 2019 on 7 counts of witness tampering, obstruction, making false statements to Congress, sentenced to 3 years and 4 months. And then as he went over, the reason why that all went down was because they were not getting what they wanted from him and said, hey, listen, if you flip, if you kind of do us a little favor here, then maybe we can make this all go away. And when he didn't, it's like, okay, here's the charges. We have Senator Hirono from Hawaii, after being asked about this on MSNBC, was just beside herself. And as Democrats typically do, has the perfect, succinct answer to the problems that lay before us. When we're talking about Roger Stone, specifically, Democrats go to Donald Trump and you're a white supremacist. No, I'm not kidding. That's where she went.
And we should be dealing with the racism that is in our country, to which the president speaks to, because he has a base of supporters who are very anti-immigrant and white supremacists. That's a lot of his base, and that's who he speaks to. So the divisiveness continues.
So there you go. So Democrats unhinged, and there's Senator Hirono who is saying, you're a Trump supporter, you're racist, and you're a white supremacist. I mean, that's his base. That's who he's talking to. That's who you are, everybody. I'm looking at you right now on YouTube, streaming live on YouTube, Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe to the channel. There you are. You're racist. You're a white supremacist. She said so. And the scary thing is that there are people that go right along with it. And will continue to go right along with it. Not going to stop today. It's not going to stop tomorrow. That's why, for example, when I bring up Trump County, let's just change Lee County to Trump County. Do you see why I'm even talking about this? Isn't it obvious? Because no matter what happens, the left will never stop. The cancel culture will never stop because they have a willing media to go along with it. So if you're never going to stop, we'll stop it. Let's do it. Let's just sign a petition. Let's say we want to change the name of Lee County because, Robert E. Lee, we don't want that. We don't want that to be our legacy. No. So starting today, let's do that. Let's change Lee County to Trump County. How about it? We'll make this all go away. They don't stop, everybody. And neither will the kind of language that comes out of senators like Hirono and others, and Adam Schiff and Nancy Pelosi.
Bowl of doggy do.
It's never going to stop. They'll just keep coming after you until you acquiesce. Give them what they want. Like Roger Stone, who didn't. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Let's take a break and let's go find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing in Lehigh Acres, eastbound on Lee Boulevard, heading towards Gunnery Road for almost about a mile here. If you want to avoid this slowdown, you can hop on 82 or even Leonard to head east to Gunnery Road. If you are heading out of Lehigh, though, looking pretty great on that Daniels extension all the way to 75 from 82. Should take you about 10 minutes. A slowdown in Fort Myers, south and north on Winkler Road between Gladiolus and Summerlin. To avoid this, stick to Bass Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Tracking a few areas of rain this morning, but generally throughout the day, the better opportunity will be south of the Caloosahatchee. High temperatures reaching close to 93 degrees with heat indices close to 105. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine, online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Working parents nationwide are very concerned about what the new school year will look like. The Los Angeles and San Diego school districts plan to resume instruction in August with online teaching only, citing rising coronavirus infection rates during the past few weeks. But in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis says his state will take a case-by-case approach.
I'm not going to dictate, how everything goes. I think that you have Miami is looking at a different situation. You're going to have a lot of school districts around the state that are going to just go open up, and that's going to be it.
Kids not being in school presents huge childcare issues for millions of working parents. Asian markets ended lower, U.S. stock futures higher in overnight trading, and crude oil futures prices lower overnight. Wall Street's sizzle fizzled late in the day as a 500-point gain for the Dow faded to a 10-point advance, and the Nasdaq and S&P declined. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
It's happening. In just days, Publishers Clearinghouse will be ready to award $7,000 a week for life. That's $7,000 a week, week after week, for life. Don't miss your last chance to win. Go to PCH.com and enter before it's too late. That's PCH.com. Better hurry if you want the next big winner to be you. Enter now at PCH.com. Entries due 8/26. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Have my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, you know, I love the selection of floor coverings you have at Floor Meisters. It's fantastic. I've been there myself, and my new home is beautiful with the carpets, Dreamweaver carpets. Can we talk about this, the selection, the durability?
Yes, it's called Twistex. It's a 3-ply yarn. The carpet is very, very dense. It's so dense it even has a stair warranty on it, plus stain warranties. And this would be just perfect for Jake because it has a pet accident warranty.
There you go.
It will clean.
Right. Wow. That is interesting, the way the technology is on these Dreamweaver carpets. And you have quite a selection there, too, of course.
Yes, we do. We have 9 rolls, this in stock, but it's available in 13 patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. This stuff is beautiful. It's the hottest thing since sliced bread.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floor Meisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. LED color-changing pool lights can create an after-dark backyard oasis. Pick your color or select one of the light shows. You can see how dramatic it really is on our website. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and yes, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. I love these guys. I love the company. I can tell you personally, I've used them multiple times over 7 or 8 years. A company that's been in Southwest Florida since 2001. The great staff, the way they communicate, every idea that my wife had that she wanted to do with regard to painting and contracting, boom, just like that, they were on it. So what can they handle? How about anything to do with restoration or repair? Coatings, like the coating in my garage is amazing. They do over 700 clients annually. You don't have to take my word for it. They're one of the highest reviewed contractors for what they do, maintaining 4.9 to 5 stars, and I can see why. So you're thinking about a repaint, you're thinking about your garage floor, you're thinking about some remodeling. I'm telling you, Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting. So give them a call today, 239-872-2559. That's 239-872-2559. See the experience that I have had with Ryan Hammond Painting and Contracting, and you will say it as well. They are the best.
Who is Adam Botana? He's running trashy negative ads, but it's all a distraction. Botana is desperate to hide the fact that he has 0 accomplishments. He's just a liberal living at his parents' place following the Pelosi playbook. With a history of failing to pay taxes, liberal Botana is for sale, taking money from his big sugar buddies, even taking $10,000 into his dark money committee from a Democrat. Arrested for DUI, cited by police 7 times over 7 years, liberal Botana is reckless. Adam Botana, desperate, for sale, reckless, liberal. But Jason Mon is a proven Trump conservative with a solid record fighting for conservative causes, like enforcing immigration laws and protecting the Second Amendment. And Jason Mon is leading the fight to rebuild our economy and keep our water clean. Jason Mon, candidate, House District 76, a Trump conservative, a proven leader. Sponsored by Friends of Jason Mon PC.
It's Kaylee Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. It's summertime, so it's hot. Make sure you change your AC filters every month. and have your air conditioners cleaned twice a year by NATE certified mechanics, like my dad. All the mechanics at Kobe Cooling are NATE certified because you deserve the best. If your AC stops working, turn it off and call 239-482-1542 and relax. We will take it from there. 24/7, same low prices, never an overtime charge. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense, no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CICO 57313. Kobe, most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Thank you for your business all these years.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, streaming live on YouTube. Just to watch us, you just go to YouTube, type in Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's, and you can watch the program, and please subscribe. It keeps us going. We appreciate it. Coming up, we're going to talk about schools, the case for reopening schools. Are you ready? What do you think should happen? Does the evidence, the science, the data say that it is a bad thing to do? Or does it say it's okay? You may be surprised when you find out coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair. The quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Svetlana Kogan, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South. Almost 2 decades of clinical experience in New York taught me a lot about doctoring.
Oh, all right, hey everybody. I just want to say hi to everybody who is watching on YouTube. We just changed the microphone over while we're in commercials so we could talk to you for just a couple of more minutes while we're in break. Hope you guys are doing well. Who's with me on Trump Country? Are you guys? Trump Country, Trump County. In case you didn't hear, I just brought it up yesterday that, look, Lee County, they're going to, the left is going to want Lee County changed. They're going to want Robert E. Lee out of Lee County completely sooner or later. So what are we waiting for? Let's just do it now. Let's change Lee County. Let's change the name and officially change it to Trump County. Why not? Let's get ahead of this. So just wondering what you think about that. Steve says, yes, Trump County. All right, Steve. We appreciate you listening. JC says, yo. All right, let's see. Crypto says, good morning and good tidings. Hey, what's good tidings mean? Like, isn't that Christmas good tidings to you? No. Maybe Jake knows. Hey, Jake, do you know what good tidings means? Like a tiding? Do you have any idea? No. Well, we might not need to Google that. Jack says, Trump County! And he's yelling it loud and proud. All right, so... and RD said, don't Facebook. What's the number to test to? Text no test. Clearly flunked that already this morning. All right. So if you text the word Trump County to 239-479-5592, our phone number, then Jake will send you the link for the change.org site so you can sign the petition that says we want to change it. Pretty simple. All right, so we're going to go back to break. When we come back, we'll talk more about schools, your thoughts on this. If the kids go back to school, that'll be coming up.
Being watched.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. Today, you'll know if you'll be required to wear a mask in Collier County. Commissioners will discuss a mandate after the Tourism Development Council recommended one. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. You can, of course, trust Wink News to let you know once a decision is made. Also happening today, Charlotte County and Bonita Springs will also discuss whether or not you should be required to wear a mask. The Bonita Springs Council called the special meeting this evening to allow maximum participation from you. It starts at 6 at the Bonita Springs Recreation Center. Multiple employees at the Tarpon Bay Boulevard Target in North Naples tested positive for the virus. The store says the team members are in quarantine and they're working to deep clean and sanitize the store. It's unclear when the employees last worked and if they had interaction with any customers. Lee County deputies have ruled a car that went into a Bonita Springs canal a murder-suicide. This happened back in February. Deputies say the driver behind the wheel died at the scene. A child was also in the car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. 15 false 911 calls in one day and threatening officers. Cape Coral police arrested Joseph Rulo on Sunday after officers took time to respond to every one of those calls. Police say they heard him threatening to use a handgun against officers as they responded to the last call at his home. Southwest Florida International Airport will reopen Concourse C tomorrow. All passengers for Delta and United will go to that concourse for security screening. The concourse was closed in April because of TSA staffing and reduced traffic. I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is slowing in Lehigh Acres, eastbound on Lee Boulevard, heading towards Gunnery Road for almost about a mile here. If you want to avoid this slowdown, you can hop on 82 or even Leonard to head east to Gunnery Road. If you are heading out of Lehigh, though, looking pretty great on that Daniels extension all the way to 75 from 82. Should take you about 10 minutes. A slowdown in Fort Myers, south and north on Winkler Road between Gladiolus and Summerlin. To avoid this, stick to Bass Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Tracking a few areas of rain on Doppler radar this morning, so watch out for those as you head out the door. Generally throughout the day, we're going to see our better rainfall potential south of the Caloosahatchee with only a few showers and storms north of the river. High temperatures this afternoon, lower to middle 90s, but will feel close to 105 degrees. Expect more areas of showers and storms to return by the latter part of the week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Lee County, 1,200 square miles, 500 miles of
understands that this is a time of much uncertainty and much unknown. With this uncertainty comes feelings of fear and panic. Please know that we are here for you today, tomorrow, and into the future as we move forward together, safely and comfortably. We are all in this together, and as stewards of our community, we promise to continue to provide you the services needed to keep you and your family safe. You are not alone. Best Home Services, our family protecting your family.
Hi, this is Matt Caldwell. I spent 8 years in the Florida House fighting for our conservative values. We cut billions in taxes, balanced our budget every year, removed government barriers to job growth, and made huge strides in fixing our water quality. Now I'm looking to use that experience as your next Lee County property appraiser. I've spent the past 20 years working as a professional property appraiser in both the residential and commercial markets. It's something I know well, and I'm the only candidate with this experience in the industry. I'm Matt Caldwell, and through the years, I've proven myself as a trusted, principled conservative. More than ever, it is crucial that we have strong conservatives with a proven record, someone in office that you know will not back down and will always defend our values. I have served you before, and I'm ready to do it again. I'm Matt Caldwell. I'm running for Lee County Property Appraiser, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Matt Caldwell, Republican for Lee County Property Appraiser.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. My name is Drew Steele. His name is Jake the Millennial, and he dances to the bumper music. Isn't that fun? Is this like your favorite bumper song, or do you have favorites?
No, my favorite I don't play actually.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that. Is that my fault? Is that because of me, or
it's just too soft?
Okay. Oh, it's all right. You're a softie at heart. See, ladies, this is the thing. Jake is really he's really a softie. He's actually he's quite the catch at 5'10" and a half.
I'm 6'3".
6'3", weighs about 160 pounds, 195, and forget it. Just leave him alone. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to do whatever I can because who wouldn't want somebody who will be at your house every night playing Worlds of Warcraft 3?
I'll be at my own house. I can record funny voicemails.
Ladies, he's quite the catch.
Hey, how are you doing today? I'm glad.
That's your funny.
Give me a call back when you have time.
Wait, is that that's the example of your funny voicemails?
It's really not. I can't probably do that over the air, but yeah.
Okay. All right, glad we started the break with.
Well, you've never answered a telemarketer's call and kind of just like went wild. Like, yeah, just go along with it for a couple hours.
Yeah, but I thought you said you do funny voicemails, so I was waiting for an example for the ladies that are out there who are just looking for someone like you. They're the man of my dreams. There's somebody out there saying, the man of my dreams, he makes funny voicemails. I'll find him one day. And I thought it was going to be you, and I thought you were going to give an example to help.
Well, I would need like slow jazz music, a nice snap in the background, probably a nice soft spoken word poem, you know.
But the soft spoken word poem would go over the top of your voice, and so it'd be distracting. Anyway, that's not why we're here. It's not why we're here. Streaming live on YouTube, Drew Steele Radio. Please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, also, text the word Trump County. Trump County to 239-479-5592. And maybe you would like to have Jake send you a link to our change.org site, because we're saying, look, if Lee County is going to change their name, eventually the Washington Redskins, military bases named after Confederate leaders. I mean, everybody's going to be changing names. So we know Lee County is going to be next because, the left never gives up. So why not just do it now? And we'll change it to Trump County. How about that? And if you're with us, go ahead and just text the word Trump County, and he'll send you the link, and you can sign off. And who knows if we can get the powers that be to change it. But we have to get a cool T-shirt and hat and stuff. And I want to get one with it says Trump County. It has a silhouette of the state of Florida, maybe a little star over where we are. And, the cool, like the words kind of go out from the. I have to find an example of it and show everybody what I'm thinking in my brain.
Better idea?
No.
No?
What? Yes.
Well, what you do is you take a red hat, just put the logo of Florida on it, and where our county sits, put a little Trump hair instead of the star.
Like the hair of the president? Like a silhouette of his hair?
Yeah. They'll know.
They'll know. They'll know.
Jealousy.
All right. That's a thought. Okay. Let's get into this. We're going to open schools? You okay? I mean, we are, but are you comfortable with it? Editorial board at the Wall Street Journal made the case for reopening schools here in Southwest Florida. As you can imagine, you go to the major media outlets or the non-major media outlets, the local outlets here, and they're finding all kinds of people that don't want this. That's That seems predictable, doesn't it? That we're going to find one or two teachers that are like, listen, I'm a little worried about it. Okay, I understand you have concerns. Does the data and the science suggest you should be worried? Have we talked about that? Nobody is diminishing the fact that you as a parent or you as a teacher are concerned about your health and safety and your child's health and safety. Nobody would ever take that away. That is a legitimate concern as a parent and as a teacher. But does the science and the data back up your concern? Or are you just going with the feels and it just feels like this is wrong and because of all the hype and hysteria about the number of cases in the state of Florida, you're concerned? Now, why do I bring that portion up? Because even before we get into the idea of how our kids going back to the classroom and whether or not it's safe or not, remember, it wasn't too long ago that we were told, a couple of days ago, that we had the biggest day of deaths in the state of Florida, a record number of daily deaths from COVID-19. Just a few days ago, the media was all over it, the amount of cases that we've had, the uptick in cases. You probably have family members outside of the state of Florida that were getting back to you and saying, what are you people doing? What's going on over there? Your governor is out of control, and he's supporting the president. And so between the two of you, you're killing us. You got to stop. You're the super spreaders. Well, then we come to find out, thanks to Bloomberg, that Florida corrected its reported number of daily deaths from 95 from 188 reported on Saturday. Remember, everybody, the hysteria, the big numbers, 188? Well, they went down to 95. Because a calculation error. It combined 2 days of figures. That has happened before here in the county a few months back when numbers were double counted. So they weren't that much that day. Just putting that out there. That sometimes it's hard to trust the numbers and how the numbers come in. And when people are ready to jump on the amount of deaths happening in the state of Florida. Well, hold on a second. We need the particulars. Who is it? What's the age group? What are the specifics? And sometimes we're told we're getting it only to find out that the numbers are wrong or they're combined. There's something not right here. The governor yesterday was talking about a reopening.
I'm not going to dictate, how everything goes. I think that you have Miami is looking at a different situation. You're going to have a lot of school districts around this state that are going to just go open up, and that's going to be it.
All right. So there is certain districts are going to look at their area, see what's going on with COVID cases, and make the decision as to how they're going to open up, what they're going to do. Certainly, we have enough as far as hospital beds.
You look at the number of beds available countywide or statewide, there's a lot of beds available. I think the census statewide, I think there's 13 or 14,000 beds that are available.
All right, so those numbers are there. The governor talking about that yesterday. But another thing, too. What are the numbers when it comes to cases and reopening schools and other places around the globe that have done this? Finland, Sweden, the Nordic countries, the one that Bernie Sanders loves and wants to emulate,
This is what you do.
Yeah, what you do. First, the Wall Street Journal opinion piece. Now, again, we're going to go by the numbers and the science and the data, the things that are important when it comes to making logical, common sense decisions as to whether or not it's a good idea to open up and reopen schools and have our kids back in school. Understanding that there's nothing wrong with teachers and parents worrying about the safety of their kids, the health of their kids, and then going to schools as a teacher and whether or not you're going to have super spreaders around here. You know how dirty kids can be and how non-hygienic they are. And then next thing you know, I'm going to be getting it and I'm going to be sick. Well, is that what the evidence is showing? Because we do have places that we can go to see. Wall Street Journal, it's a case for reopening schools. Everything else about the coronavirus has become politicized in America, so why not returning to school? That's the depressing state of play as the president pushes schools to reopen. While Democrats heed teachers' unions that demand more federal money, and even then they may not return. The losers, as ever, would be the children. Before I move on, let me make mention of this. The American Association of Pediatrics said, listen, we think that kids should go back to school. Last week. Yesterday, they changed their tune. Why? What's changed? Why? Is it pressure? Political pressure? In LA, the United Teachers Los Angeles released a study that outlines the steps necessary to safely reopen public schools amid the coronavirus pandemic. You know what one of the studies suggests? And you know what the United Teachers in LA are suggesting? That they want to free up additional funding by defunding police departments. Police violence is a leading cause of death and trauma for black people and is a serious public health and moral issue. We must shift the astronomical amount of money devoted to policing, education and other essential needs. So they want to connect the opening of schools, the reopening in schools in California, to defunding the police and Medicare for all. Does that sound political to you? It is. Should it be? No. But that's what they're doing. Who's doing it? The teachers' union's doing it. Teachers' unions are, you want to guess if they're conservative or liberal? The evidence, scientific, health, and economic argues overwhelmingly for schools to open in the fall. Start with the relative immunity of young children to the disease, which should reassure parents. Now, look, this should be a positive, everybody, for those that are thinking about bringing their kids or sending their kids back to school, understanding the economic ramifications if they don't go, which means you don't go to work and what that means for your family. The ramifications of kids who don't get time to spend with their friends, who don't get to socialize, who don't get to go back to some sense of normalcy. And the uptick in anxiety and suicidal tendencies that we see across the globe because of this, it's legit. So what about what the Wall Street Journal opinion piece is talking about? According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 30 children under the age 15 have died from COVID-19. In a typical year, 190 kids die from the flu, 436 from suicides, 625 from homicides, and 4,114 from unintentional deaths such as drowning. Only two children under age 18 have died in Chicago. Fewer than were killed in shootings in a recent weekend. In New York City, 0.03% of children under age 18 have been hospitalized for COVID. 7.5 in 1 million have died. 7.5 in 1 million have died. The death rate for those over 75 is more than 2,200 times higher than for those under 18. Children so far have been shielded from the virus compared to working adults, but even pediatric cancer patients at New York's Memorial Sloan Kettering were about a third less likely to test positive than their adult caregivers, and only 1 of 20 who tested positive required non-critical hospital care. In Sweden, which kept schools open, only 20 children under age 19, 0.6% of confirmed cases have been admitted to the ICU, and only 1 have died. Parents and teachers understandably worry that kids might spread the virus, but a recent retrospective study of schools in northern France from February before the lockdowns found that despite 3 introductions of the virus into primary schools, there appears to have been no further transmission of the virus to other pupils or teaching and non-teaching staff of the schools. This is from the Wall Street Journal opinion piece. Not just that, there's also more studies that are suggesting that quite the opposite is happening with kids. They're not super spreaders. A major pediatric journal has put out that at the current time, children do not appear to be super spreaders. Governments worldwide should allow all kids back to school. As a matter of fact, there's another story out of Germany, an interesting article that suggests that kids act more like a brake than an accelerator in the dynamics of transmission. And they have some of the evidence to show. And one more that I can look at right now. The Human Mortality Database, jointly run by UC Berkeley and the Max Planck Institute for Demographic Research in Germany, is publishing weekly mortality rates by age group for U.S. and most European countries dating back to 2000, and the Swedish data on school-age kids. Remember, Sweden did not have lockdowns for kids, brought them back to school, everything as normal, and the numbers show that actually when you look specifically at the mortality database since 2000, where we are right now in the heat of what has happened with COVID since January 24th of 2020, the numbers are lower than they have ever been in the past 20 years, even where we sit right now. There's a lot of suggestion and a lot of data and science that the suggestion is coming from to say that kids are not getting it and are not super spreading, that are getting it but fighting it, that are asymptomatic, that are not going home and giving it to parents or giving it to teachers and spreading it. That there's evidence and data to show that that's not the case. And the numbers, the mortality database would also suggest that these kids, even with the Wall Street Journal opinion piece, it's showing that they are not dying, having issues of death due to COVID, the way that the elderly are, the over 55, the numbers that support what we know now. Not what we thought before, but what we know now in the evidence that shows, not suggests, but tells us that this virus affects the elderly, that this virus is affecting the 55 and up age group, and most definitely the 70 and most certainly the 80-year-olds, as opposed to those under the age of 19. And I tell you this because I'm trying to give you the confidence to say that with all the precautions that are being taken in districts, Collier County talking about face shields and masks and social distancing and the things that they're trying to accomplish. In Lee County, I'm sure they're trying to do the same and then some. That with these precautions and with the numbers that we see, the data and the science suggesting that this virus is really something that is an issue for older adults with comorbidity, certainly, but definitely older adults. 55 and older is where the issue lies, and that is where the focus needs to be when it comes to protecting those that could be the most vulnerable, which is the elderly, which is the older population in the country. Not even the elderly, but well, certainly the 80-plus age group. When you break down the numbers specifically. Don't make it about politics. Don't do it. If you're concerned about a child that maybe has asthma, you're concerned about their health and well-being, then by all means, then you do what's best for your family and you do what's best for you if you feel like you're still concerned. But make your decisions based on the numbers and the data that are out there right now, as opposed to an emotion coming from a media that is pushing total panic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with COVID numbers, when even Florida had to correct its reported numbers of deaths from 188 to 95 on Saturday because of a calculation error, because they combined 2 days worth of figures. Did anybody mention that? Did anybody say anything about that? Did you hear about it? All right. Let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash in Bonita Springs at Old 41 in East Terry with reports of roadblock here, guys. Is slowing traffic a touch at the intersection. No major backups for right now. But if you want to crash recommute, go ahead and hop on US 41. That's going to be your faster alternate. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Tracking a few areas of rain this morning, but generally throughout the day, the better opportunity will be south of the Caloosahatchee. High temperatures reaching close to 93 degrees with heat indices close to 105. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. The rising crime wave in New York City. Talk about it all the time. Shootings up 200% over last year. all sorts of violence and mayhem being unleashed. Now, the mayor, the idiot Bill de Blasio, says people's pent-up frustration of being cooped up inside because of the virus, he says that's the reason for skyrocketing crime. He says the $1 billion cut in the police budget, that's got nothing to do with it. Dismantling the anti-crime task force, the plainclothes unit, that's got nothing to do with it either. And, of course, neither does his release of over 2,000 hardened criminals from Rikers Island. And now another genius, New York Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, has put her 2 cents in. She agrees the massive police budget cuts are not related to the crime wave because she wants the police defunded. She says rising crimes caused by people who are scared to pay their rent. They go out, they shoplift a loaf of bread to feed their hungry kids. Well, how does that account for the 200% increase in shootings? Meanwhile, on the other coast, California Democrats are about to release 8,000 criminals from jails and prisons to stop the virus from spreading, supposedly. Liberal Democrats, they defund the police the same time they release criminals from jail. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? My friends, we're all living through tough times in our nation, but my good friends at Mahindra have shared with me that their customers are finding comfort in working their land. Mahindra owners are also using their tractors to help family members and to help out their neighbors. And your Mahindra dealers are there for you, too, right in your community. If you need a tractor to work through these tough times, visit whymahindra.com. Just build your own tractor, and your local Mahindra dealer will give you a custom quote. I mean, they'll even deliver directly to your property. Right now, during Mahindra's summer sales event, you'll also get special savings on Mahindra, the official tractor of tough. So visit whymahindra.com now and bless all of us as we get through these tough times together.
Take advantage of rock-bottom prices and test drive a Mahindra today at Shenango Supply Company of Punta Gorda or call 941-637-1165. That's 941-637-1165.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. One of the most common questions we get is, when should I replace it versus repair it? These are the types of questions we discuss on the Get Pure Air radio show every Saturday morning at 11:30. Have you been told you need a new AC? I encourage you to call us today at 239-597-7873 for a second opinion, or you can chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Today's radicalized Democrat Party is attempting to dismantle, disarm, and discredit our frontline heroes. We must fight to stop them before it's too late. But to do that, we cannot send more weak leaders to Washington. It takes a bold, unapologetic conservative to stand up to the liberal mob and protect the institutions that make America great. We can't give in, and we can't give up. I'm Dr. William Figglestaller, and I approve this message because I'm the America First conservative you can trust.
Paid for by William Figglestaller, Republican, House District 19.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Clients love their salt system for silky smooth water, less maintenance, and they never buy chlorine. If you want the ultimate, we can add a BioShield for UV water disinfection. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
Liberal politician Jason Mon is running for his third different office in just the last 4 years. He's even quitting the city council early just to run for another seat. But another political office isn't the only thing Mon is running from. He's also running from his criminal past. Jason Mon was arrested and charged in a drive-by shooting. He was driving drunk and firing a gun from his car while going 100 miles per hour. He pled guilty to charges and was sentenced to jail. Mon has also been delinquent in paying his own property taxes at least 20 times, but voted to raise spending by millions of dollars on city council. We don't need liberal politician Jason Mon in Tallahassee. But conservatives have a choice. Republican Adam Botana is the pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, and pro-Trump leader we can trust. He shares our conservative values and will serve us with honor. Paid by Adam Botana, Republican for State Representative.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. Today, you'll know if you'll be required to wear a mask, and Collier County commissioners will discuss a mandate after the Tourism Development Council recommended one. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. You can, of course, trust Wink News to let you know once a decision is made. Also happening today, Charlotte County and Bonita Springs will also discuss whether or not you should be required to wear a mask. The Bonita Springs Council called the special meeting this evening to allow maximum participation from you. It starts at 6 at the Bonita Springs Recreation Center. Multiple employees at the Tarpon Bay Boulevard Target in North Naples tested positive for the virus. The store says the team members are in quarantine and they're working to deep clean and sanitize the store. It's unclear when the employees last worked and if they had interaction with any customers. Lee County deputies have ruled a car that went into a Bonita Springs canal a murder-suicide. This happened back in February. Deputies say the driver behind the wheel died at the scene. A child was also in the car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. 15 false 911 calls in one day and threatening officers. Cape Coral police arrested Joseph Rulo on Sunday after officers took time to respond to every one of those calls. Police say they heard him threatening to use a handgun against officers as they responded to the last call at his home. Southwest Florida International Airport will reopen Concourse C tomorrow. All passengers for Delta and United will go to that concourse for security screening. The concourse was closed in April because of TSA staffing and reduced traffic. I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
A crash in Bonita Springs at Old 41 in East Terry with reports of roadblock here, guys. Is slowing traffic a touch at the intersection. No major backups for right now. But if you want to crash recommute, go ahead and hop on US 41. That's going to be your faster alternate. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Tracking a few areas of rain on Doppler radar this morning, so watch out for those as you head out the door. Generally throughout the day, we're going to see our better rainfall potential south of the Caloosahatchee with only a few showers and storms north of the river. High temperatures this afternoon, lower to middle 90s, but will feel close to 105 degrees. Expect more areas of showers and storms to return by the latter part of the week. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Get a 2017 Mazda 3 with only 18,000 miles for $10,000. Or a 2017 Nissan Versa with only 20,000 miles for only $9,000. With over 300 vehicles, visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Majority Leader of the Florida House, Dane Eagle.
I'm Dane Eagle. I'm running for Congress because experience matters. We need proven conservatives fighting for us in Washington. As the Republican Majority Leader of the Florida House, I have proven myself as a trusted conservative. I cut over $10 billion in taxes while balancing Florida's budget. And I've tackled immigration. I fought beside Governor DeSantis to ban sanctuary cities and pass E-Verify. I'm Dane Eagle, and I approve this message because we cannot afford to take another chance on inexperienced, unproven candidates based on campaign ads. That has failed us in the past, and it will fail us again. When I say I'll do something, it's not an empty promise. It's something I've already proven I can and will do. I'm Dane Eagle, and I have the experience to bring back our economy, fight illegal immigration, and keep America great. Send me to Congress. I will stand with President Trump, and I will fight for America. That's a promise, not an ad.
Thank you, Dane.
Paid for it by Dane Eagle for Congress.
The Lee County Supervisor of Elections Office is currently hiring poll workers. If you would like to be part of the elections process, we need your help. All poll workers are paid for their service. For more information, visit the Lee County Supervisor of Elections Office website at lee.vote. That's LEE.VOTE. Remember, all poll worker positions are paid, and the positions available are for the upcoming August primary and November general election.
If you're only monitoring your credit to help protect your identity, you could miss certain threats, like your info for sale on the dark web. Then there's LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. Get LifeLock now and save more during their special summer sale. Go to lifelock.com. Use promo code RISK. Sale ends July 20th.
Hi, I'm Jim Levins, and I'm running for Lee County Sheriff. For more than 30 years, I've served on the front lines of law enforcement, all right here in Lee County. Now, as radicalized Democrats attempt to open our borders, destroy our churches, and defund the police, it is more important than ever to have a pro-cop, pro-Trump, pro-law and order sheriff who won't give in to the liberal mob and who will fight for you each and every day. That's exactly who I am, and that's exactly what I'll do. I'm Jim Levins, running for Lee County Sheriff, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Jim Levins, Republican for Lee County Sheriff.
Today, businesses are starting to bounce back, but what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt and find new ways to succeed? With new customers? Well, Comcast Business wants to help you do just that. Learn how you can not just bounce back, but bounce forward at ComcastBusiness.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're here. You're watching on YouTube, streaming live, Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel if you're here. It's what's going to help keep us going. Obviously, we're also on Facebook at 925 Fox News, so you can watch there. And how about these numbers here in the state of Florida? How about some of what is happening when it comes to the COVID cases, keeping an eye on it? Are we setting records? Are we record setting here? Eben Brown, Fox News Radio, is joining us right now from his bunker, his studios, he's at
my compound.
He's at his. That's it.
Compound.
I'm trying to get it right for you. I want to make sure that people understand that.
My estate.
Yeah.
My estate.
Yes. Is it along the water or is it inland? How does that work? Do you have people that help you?
We don't want to discuss that because with Google Maps, everyone could probably figure it out.
Okay. Do you still have people? Do you still sit in a chair and people lift the chair and carry you to different areas of the home? I mean, it is quite. It's quite large, the estate.
No, we don't really do that anymore.
Good.
We have it's just the motorized thing now that does that.
Is that what that thing beeping in the background is? The motorized portion? Okay.
No, that's my timer for you.
Oh, good. All right. All right. So apparently I'm right on time. Very nice. Okay, good. All right. So, Eben, I know a lot of people, we've been talking about schools, and that has been a conversation as well about here in the state of Florida getting back. But certainly people keeping an eye on it. And even the governor yesterday was talking about the numbers. What do we have so far? What are we looking at here?
Well, we'll get another update probably somewhere in the 9 or 10 o'clock hour. It seems to be when these updates come from the state. That we've had a couple of days for the past 2 days specifically have been alarmingly high when you look at the tally of cases. And so, for instance, on Saturday, there were 15,000 new cases reported. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of cases.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. This is the other half of the headline that most of the my professional colleagues, I'll say, will will ignore, because saying 15,000 in a day is a frightening number.
Yeah.
But that 15,000 was out of 121,000 new tests performed and reported in that same 24-hour period. Now, that doesn't mean 121,000 tests were actually done in that period, but it means that the results were reported in that period. So there was most likely, I think, like a backlog, and so we had a data dump on Saturday. Now, 15,283, whatever it was, out of 121,284, it's an 11.2 percentage positive rate.
Yeah.
That is one of the lowest percent positive rates we have had in Florida for the past 2 weeks. So, for instance, just 3 days prior to that, on the 8th, we had a positive rate of 18.3%.
Okay.
We have it. So when we had that 15,282, whatever number it was, on Saturday, it actually represented a much lower number of people turning up positive than was just a few days ago. And that trend sort of continued on Sunday. On Sunday, 12,000 and change were reported as positive. That was out of almost 96,000 tests performed. It was an 11.4% positive. So from 11.2 was up a small tick over 24 hours.
Yeah.
But earlier in the week, we had an 18% rate, and that 18% on the 8th, by the way, was only 8,900 positives, because there's only 40,000 tests done.
Right.
So, it's one thing to hear these numbers that get reported. New record of daily tally, 15,000. But you also have to look at the other context, and that is out of how many.
Right.
And we want to see out of how many are positive, because that's where we get a better picture. Now, look, it's still not great, right? 11.2%, 11.4%. We want it lower than that. We want 2%. I mean, we want no percent, really.
Sure.
But it does indicate that over the past 4 days, we've had a sharp drop-off.
Yeah. Yeah, and as a Floridian, like we know, you're East Coast guy, we're West Coast folks. You get it too, that when these numbers come out, you're hearing from people up north that we're the epicenter, that we are. What are you doing? What is going on? It is awful. It's
as of yesterday. And look, I don't want to brag or compare on the number of deaths. I think that's rather morbid.
Sure.
As of yesterday, 4,277 deaths. It was a 2%. All this time, we've had a 2% death rate, going back weeks, if not months at this point, I think. We are nowhere near the tens of thousands of people who lost their lives in places like New York and Massachusetts and New Jersey.
Right.
We have been spared that, and I think that has to do with some good choices made back in March about closing down or shutting off from the world, I should say, the nursing homes.
Right, understanding where the trouble spots were, and understanding even
readying the hospitals from an early time to start to handle a pandemic response.
Yep.
And so we have, we're having a surge now, without a doubt. But I don't think that we are the new New York. Someone said yesterday, I don't know where it was, that Florida is now the new Wuhan. Well, according to the Chinese government, Wuhan wasn't so bad. So I guess we're in okay shape.
Yeah, and the comparisons and the name calling and everything. If we can just look at the numbers and decipher what is happening in each area. And that's what I appreciate about you, and many others do as well, that when you talk about these numbers and you're breaking it down, that it's digestible, it's understandable. You start to see the differences. You get more testing, we're getting more results, but you piece by piece put it all together, and then as you create this mosaic, you start to see what is happening in the state, and as opposed to what some of the rhetoric is from outside to make it look as if, like you said, that we're the new whatever, the new ground zero, Wuhan, whatever however you want to describe it. But the important part of all of this is that we need to make sure that we are following the data, we're following the numbers, we're keeping an eye on all of this. We understand now more than ever how this virus operates and who are the vulnerable and who are not. and keeping an eye and a focus on that, understanding that we still have hospital beds available in the state and the ICU beds, and that there are typically going to be varying amounts of hospitalizations throughout a year, even if COVID was not around. And it's not unusual to have a hospital near capacity without COVID. It's always been the case. So just got to keep a perspective on that.
Yes, sir. Anyhow, we got to run.
Yeah, okay. You got to go. Okay, Evan Brown. There he goes. All right, live from the compound. We'll see you later. There he goes. Okay. Well, that was it. He was just yesing me because he has to go. I never know with Evan. Sometimes I get more time than usual, but he just needed to shut me down, and that's exactly what he did. And Jake loves that. You do. You love it. You love it when Evan's like, I gotta go. You gotta stop talking.
I like it when Evan says, "Okay, boomer."
Yeah. I don't like that at all. I think there's no reason for an okay boomer, even from you, from the semi-masked man who we've got to worry about and work on the wardrobe, especially getting into the dating scene as you are.
10-4 dinosaur.
Why? It's just not necessary. All right, 239-479-5592. As you can see, if you're watching on YouTube, Drew Steele Radio. Streaming live each and every day. Please subscribe to the channel if you are watching. As you just noticed, I reached over and that button's still not working. What's going on with the button? They try to fire things. And again, to Evan's point, may I remind everybody in Bloomberg, Florida corrected its reported number of daily deaths from COVID-19 from 188 to 95 reported on Sunday because the numbers, the calculation error combined 2 days of figures together. So when everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's the worst day ever for deaths in the city. No. They combined 2 days worth of numbers together. Did the media come back and say, hey, listen, that whole thing that we did about the panic here in the state of Florida and that number for that day on Sunday, it was wrong? No, they didn't. And they won't. So you got to be careful and you got to keep an eye on those numbers. By the way, we're going to talk more about Trump County, Florida. Where is Trump County, Florida? It's going to be at Trump County, Florida. If you don't know about it and you haven't heard about it, you're going to hear about it next. On Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic slowing from the crash in Bonita Springs at East Terry and Old 41. Westbound delays on East Terry. But we're up to speed on Bonita Beach if you want a faster option. Also, that Logan extension pretty slow right now heading south to Immokalee Road. The average speed for almost about 2 miles is about 12 miles per hour. South to Immokalee, go ahead and hop on I-75. Also, wet roadways in Estero. Taking a look at my traffic cams. Roadway absolutely soaked. Make sure to watch that following distance. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Tracking a few areas of rain this morning, but generally throughout the day, the better opportunity will be south of the Caloosahatchee. High temperatures reaching close to 93 degrees with heat indices close to 105. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Take control of your home's water. What does that even mean? Well, look, if you're thinking about taking control of the chlorine that's in your water, you're just tired of it. You know it's ruining your appliances. And you know that your family does not enjoy drinking water out of the faucet. They don't enjoy showering in it. Give Pelican Water Systems a call. Talk to my buddy Max. Schedule your free Pelican water test right now. Man, you're not going to believe what you find in your water. And they don't need to come in your home to test it. They have a zero contact option. And for city or well water, you're going to love the way your water tastes from every faucet. And Pelican, as you probably know, has both the industry-leading salt-free smart combo, so there's no lugging in bags of salt, and they have the Advantage salt system as well, so they have both salt and salt-free. And this month, you can save 15% on the Pelican salt-free smart combo. It's the same one I have with UV protection. Now, UV protection, it helps reduce harmful bacteria, and it even works in a boil water alert. Had those before? Well, Pelican Water Specialists are standing by, taking your call right now. 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. Or schedule online at PelicanWestFL.com.
Don't walk, run to Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. New SUVs, just $199 per month. Caliana Kia is desperate for used cars, so we'll buy your car for cash. No questions asked. High mileage, cosmetic issues. We don't care. Caliana Kia needs your trade and more, so we'll flat out give you more. Over mileage on your lease or upside down in your loan? Caliana Kia can get you out of your old car and into a new Kia for less. 2020 Kia Sorento SUV lease, $249 per month. 2020 Kia Sportage lease, just $199 per month. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. If you've got $500 down and make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. But hurry, when 200 new Kias are sold, this sale is over. Caliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. CalianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36 monthly, 16,000 miles per year, $24.99 to assign plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. Zero security deposit with lender approval expires month end.
Let's talk buttons. Not the buttons on clothes, the ones that do things. The ones that beg the question, what's that button do? There's just something satisfying about pressing buttons. And now, if you have sleep apnea and can't use CPAP, there's a button you can press that's really satisfying. It lets you go from sleeping like this to this. It's called Inspire, and it's as simple as, you guessed it, clicking a button. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device implanted in a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at InspireSleep.com. That's InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
I'm Mike Gillimbardo. I'm running to represent you in Florida's House of Representatives. I grew up right here in Cape Coral. It's where I went to school, learned to play football, and it's the place I called home while fighting in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Now, it's where I'm raising my family and operating my businesses. President Trump and our freedoms are under attack, and we need strong conservatives in Tallahassee. I fought for you on the battlefield. Now I'm ready to fight for you in Florida's capital. My faith in God and belief in individual liberties have always been a guiding force in my life. Whether on the battlefields of Iraq or fighting for our conservative values at home, I'm passionate about protecting our way of life. My name is Mike Gillimbardo. I'm a husband, father, combat veteran, and business owner. I'm running for the Florida House to fight for our Constitution, to defend our borders, and to stand with President Donald Trump to rebuild the greatest economy in the history of our nation. I'm Mike Gillimbardo, and I'm asking for your vote. Paid by Mike Gillimbardo, Republican, for the Florida House.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing so we can keep this going for you. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, our good friend, is going to be on Fox and Friends in a little while. He's the person that is getting credit for starting the Boycott of Goya. Remember Goya did the horrible, horrendous thing of the chief executive of being there with the president of the United States in the Rose Garden just the other day and letting everybody know that he feels that the country is blessed because we have Donald Trump as president of the United States, and going through all the years of Goya as and the family-owned business and how fantastic things have been, and with this president in office. And then, of course, you know, the cancel culture comes along and says, enough of that kind of talk. Well, Mike Opelka is going to be on Fox and Friends in a few minutes because he was the one that said we should have a boycott. Why not just go out and buy $10 worth of food and maybe give it to the local food banks and do your part to help and show support for Goya? And apparently the boycott has backfired spectacularly, cleaning out store shelves. I'm looking at a tweet right now from somebody who went into Publix, and they were saying how you can only take a certain amount of the product off the shelf because they haven't been able to restock. That's how many people have been going out and buying. So that is awesome. And that's the kind of thing we like to see go viral. And so is Trump County. Where's that going to be? I'm making the case, and I wonder if you agree, and if you'd like to call or text 239-479-5592. Cancel culture is everywhere. The cancel culture is coming for Southwest Florida. There's no doubt that if you see the Washington Redskins name goes away, which it has, and now they're going to have to come up with a new name. What that's going to be, anybody's guess. where you have military bases that are going to have to be renamed because they were named after Confederate generals, and we're going to have to get rid of that. Soon there's going to be other sports teams and other places and other cities, Columbus, Ohio, who knows where else and what else. So we've always had an issue here in Lee County, or we're told that there's an issue because we have a bust of Robert E. Lee downtown in Fort Myers. We have the name of the county is Lee County. And we have Robert E. Lee, a painting there in the commission building, Lee County Commission building downtown. So why not just change it? Let's just do this. Let's get it out of the way. We'll never have to worry about a cancel culture coming along. We'll never have to worry about anybody coming along and saying, you got to change the name and then go through the nonsense. You know what? Let's just do it now. Let's change the name of Lee County tomorrow, or as soon as we can. And let's change it to Trump County. I said it. Let's do it. Let's change it to Trump County. As a matter of fact, we've got, and we're going to have John Cassio, program director, in a little while, and he's going to talk about this change.org petition that we have. If you go to facebook.com/925 Fox News, you'll see the president. You'll see Trump County, Florida. If you click on that, it'll take you to a change.org website where we're just taking signatures to see what kind of interest we have in this. Trump County, Florida. I can see T-shirts with the cool old school graphic and a little star over Southwest Florida. Who knows? But anyway, that's out there. Trump County.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Today's radicalized Democrat Party is attempting to dismantle, disarm, and discredit our frontline heroes. We must fight to stop them before it's too late. But to do that, we cannot send more weak leaders to Washington. It takes a bold, unapologetic conservative to stand up to the liberal mob and protect the institutions that make America great. We can't give in, and we can't give up. I'm Dr. William Figglestaller, and I approve this message because I'm the America First conservative you can trust.
Paid for by William Figglestaller, Republican, House District 19.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Millennium Physician Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Across the nation, America is moving forward, finding our footing, getting back on our feet. Life continues to open up. Businesses are getting back to business, and we are too. We know you rely on the Good Feet store to be there when you need us. We're open and ready to serve you. Our personally fit arch supports are designed to help alleviate, even eliminate, foot, knee, hip, and back pain, and provide comfort, balance, and support. The well-being of our customers, associates, and community is our highest priority. So we've implemented new measures, procedures, and precautions, keeping your health and safety in the forefront. The Good Feet store is lending a hand to help America get back on its feet. And just as we have for a quarter century, we're helping to improve the quality of people's lives, 2 feet at a time.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
You know the problem in Washington? Too many politicians are full of should. They should keep promises, should serve the people, should avoid corruption. But when it's time to deliver, it's just a load of should. Then along comes Donald J. Trump, and the DC insiders, they lose their should. Byron Donalds is a lot like Trump that way. Donalds is willing to shake things up. You can take Trump's word for it.
I want to thank Representative Donalds. He's got a tremendous future ahead of him.
Now Byron Donalds is running for Congress. Donalds fought for low taxes in Tallahassee. He'll keep fighting to protect your paycheck in Congress. Donalds backs term limits. And Donalds stands with Trump to defend our police. Conservative Republican Byron Donalds for Congress. He'll make a difference in Washington. No should. Paid for by Club for Growth Action. Clubforgrowthaction.org and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Roger Stone was supposed to report to prison today for making false statements, witness tampering, and obstructing the Trump campaign Russia investigation. Instead, he's free, with President Trump having commuted that sentence Friday. Stone tells Fox's Sean Hannity,
I knew he would take some shots for this,
But I think most people, most fair-minded people, understand he saved my life, and, at least on paper, he gave me a chance to fight for vindication.
Congressional investigators are planning to look into the president letting Stone off the hook. There's a Republican Senate primary runoff election today in Alabama.
The candidate President Trump wants to win the Alabama Senate runoff is not his former Attorney General Jeff Sessions. President Trump is supporting former Auburn football coach Tommy Tuberville. Sessions held that Senate seat for 20 years before leaving to become President Trump's first Attorney General.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Stadium Dry Cleaners. Online at stadiumdrycleaners.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. Today, you'll know if you'll be required to wear a mask in Collier County. Commissioners will discuss a mandate after the Tourism Development Council recommended one. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. You can, of course, trust Wink News to let you know once a decision is made. Also happening today, Charlotte County and Bonita Springs will also discuss whether or not you should be required to wear a mask. The Bonita Springs Council called a special meeting this evening to allow maximum participation from you. It starts at 6 at the Bonita Springs Recreation Center. Multiple employees at the Tarpon Bay Boulevard Target in North Naples tested positive for the virus. The store says the team members are in quarantine and they're working to deep clean and sanitize the store. It's unclear when the employees last worked and if they had interaction with any customers. Lee County deputies have ruled a car that went into a Bonita Springs canal a murder-suicide. This happened back in February. Deputies say the driver behind the wheel died at the scene. A child was also in the car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. 15 false 911 calls in one day and threatening officers. Cape Coral police arrested Joseph Rulo on Sunday after officers took time to respond to every one of those calls. Police say they heard him threatening to use a handgun against officers as they responded to the last call at his home. Southwest Florida International Airport will reopen Concourse C tomorrow. All passengers for Delta and United will go to that concourse for security screening. The concourse was closed in April because of TSA staffing and reduced traffic. I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing from the crash in Bonita Springs at East Terry and Old 41. Westbound delays on East Terry, but we're up to speed on Bonita Beach if you want a faster option. Also, that Logan extension pretty slow right now heading south to Immokalee Road. The average speed for almost about 2 miles is about 12 miles per hour. South to Immokalee, go ahead and hop on I-75. Also, wet roadways in Estero. Taking a look at my traffic cams. Roadway absolutely soaked. Make sure to watch that following distance. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Again, high temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s with heat indices peaking at 108 degrees. Only a few areas of spotty showers and storms this afternoon, but by the time we get closer to tomorrow and especially into the latter part of our work week, higher rainfall potential for those thirsty lawns as we continue to see a pretty significant deficit across Southwest Florida. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Stevens.
92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
I want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners. My good friends, they are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
Attention community heroes. Franz Eye Care would like to express their appreciation for all that you do as you serve on the front lines. That's why they're offering $1,500 off bilateral LASIK for first responders. All EMTs, firefighters, police officers, and critical care workers in hospitals and minor emergency clinics are eligible to receive this benefit now through May 31st. Dr. Jonathan Franz, one of the original pioneers in the field of LASIK surgery, and his expert team of surgeons at Franz Eye Care want to help you experience better vision and a better life without the hassle of contacts and glasses. In addition to this amazing $1,500 off LASIK special, Franz Eye Care is now offering free LASIK screenings through virtual consultations. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone today to schedule a virtual consultation at a convenient time for you. Thank you, first responders. We appreciate your sacrifice. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone.
Dial ** 2020. Friends I Care.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Woo! Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Streaming live on the YouTubes. The kids call it that. Just ask Jake, right, Jake? Don't the kids call it the YouTubes?
The YouTubes.
Do they call it the YouTubes?
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll leave Jake alone. Listen, I'm just excited because I just saw Mike Opelka on Fox and Friends, and he was amazing talking about the left's boycott of Goya. Yeah, not working out very well, backfiring spectacularly, and how he encouraged people to buy $10 worth of Goya products, turn around and donate it to local food banks. And Fox and Friends picked it up, just had a great conversation about that, and it was cool to see him. And I'm so happy, and that's what you do, everybody. That is part of why the idea that I came up with for Trump County, Florida, I think we would like to see go viral. And it's this idea that you can take a stand and fight back, that you don't have to allow, as he puts it, the offendinistas, or you don't have to allow those that are the cancel culture that tell you that it's what they say and it's how they react that you have to abide by, that it's their rules that you have to live under, that enough is enough. And we don't do that. And there's a place for everybody that we, you and I, as you're watching on YouTube, and please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Drew Steele Radio, if you're watching, so we can keep this going, and maybe you're watching on Facebook as well. This is what we're all about. We're about the dialogue, the conversation. You know, the dialogue and the conversation that the left always says that they want, that they believe that we should have, that they're not willing to have because they've never wanted it. They don't want a dialogue with you. Look, if you're a Democrat and you're watching this program, if you're listening to the show, hey, thanks for that. I appreciate that you're willing to hear the other side of what your thinking is, because clearly, if you are a Democrat, that's you. Because that's the party. And if it's not you, then get out. Then get away from the party. Either that or take your party back. Back to what? I don't know. But that's a whole other story. You all got to figure that out on your own. But do you see what I'm saying? That we want a conversation. Are you afraid to have a conversation about race? I'm not. Are you? You shouldn't be. There's no reason to be afraid of a conversation about race, about the honesty behind Black Lives Matter, the movement, and who they are and what they're about those that would say that we should defund the police, that it's not about defunding and trying to find new creative ways, but it's about destroying police departments, dismantling police departments to get rid of them. And why would you want to? Why would you support a party that supports that idea like Joe Biden does? I mean, it's not like Joe Biden has ever said anything that was questionable at all.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Well, there's that. But that's not even, look, he knows the thing.
All men and women created by go, you know the thing.
And if you don't really believe in the thing, then it really doesn't even matter what the thing is, right? Just saying. But if that's not you, if you're not that person, and you're a Democrat, do something. Don't vote for a party that supposedly goes against your beliefs. Why would you do that? If you're a Republican and you hate Donald Trump, if you're somebody that despises Donald Trump, you can't stand him, you would love nothing more than to see him leave the office. You think voting for Joe Biden is a positive, net positive for the country in what way? So you think that getting rid of a president that you don't like for whatever personal reason you have, despite the fact that before COVID, we had an economy that was unlike any other, that we had record numbers of blacks, Hispanics, women, Asian community, all with record number of employment, where we have all the positive things on that side of the ledger that you all know about, that you can't deny, that you think somehow the best move would be to go to Joe Biden, to vote for him, to get this person out of office who personally you don't like, thinking that you're going to get all of that back? Like, do you honestly think that a Joe Biden presidency is going to improve what is happening in the country? If we're dismantling police departments, do you think that's an improvement? You think Joe Biden has a plan? Democrats have ever had a plan to do anything to the economy the way that the policies of this president have been able to do and accomplish? Do you honestly think that? I think you don't. And you know it. And you're just desperate for a lot of the chaos to stop. You think that if you get rid of Donald Trump as president of the United States, that all your anxiety and anguish about what's happening in the country goes away. You need to stop. Don't do that, because it doesn't. Because this is a new day and a new era. You have an administration in the past that weaponized the American government against United States citizens. And even now, you have a judiciary and judges who have decided that, even though nobody wants to prosecute Mike Flynn, we're going to keep doing something about this. We're not going to let the case go. Who does that? Why would you do that? And how do we as this country allow a judge, Judge Sullivan, to do something like that and sit back half the country and go, whatever. Whatever? How do you do that? The Wall Street Journal had an amazing piece, and I think this is something that I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to get to it. But I think with what I'm talking about right now. Oh, by the way, the president was talking about the same thing yesterday about the economy and Joe Biden, and how in the world is he going to fix it, right?
The economy is rebuilding. Jobs are being produced at a record pace. We've never had a pace like this. And I will tell you, if Biden got in, this economy would be destroyed. He was in office for 48 years. And what he did was not great. Almost every decision was a wrong decision. And now he's going to come in and try and help us. We didn't need any help. We built the greatest economy in history, greatest economy we've ever had, the greatest economy the world has ever seen. And then the plague came in from China, and we did the right thing. We had to close it down. Now we're opening it up. He can't do it.
So he's not going to do that. His relationship with China is much different than anybody else's. Joe Biden's not going to come in and fix the economy, as the president says. Almost 50 years in Washington, D.C. That's the guy we want. Is that really the guy you want? Again, the interesting article in the Wall Street Journal, an opinion piece today by Gerald Baker. Democracy dies in darkness, but don't blame Trump. His enemies warned that there would be an all-out assault on freedom of speech. Then they launched one. That is so spot on. What is he saying? Let me just read a little bit of this and then I'll explain. Remember the grave warnings when Donald Trump was elected about how his presidency would usher in an unprecedented assault on freedom of expression? Remember how everybody who hated Donald Trump was like, you don't understand. He's going to come in, he's going to be a dictator. He's never going to leave office. He's going to do all of these horrible things. He's in league with Russia, Russia. It's Nancy Pelosi and all the things that she says.
Bowl of doggy do.
You could say that. It's going to bring in this unprecedented assault on freedom of expression. Hysteria went up from the nation's media. It's 1933 again. It's the late Weimar America, which succumbed to an authoritarian with a distinctive haircut and a penchant for intolerant rhetoric. A few weeks before the 2016 election, the Committee to Protect Journalists issued a thunderous warning, quote, A Trump presidency represents a threat to press freedom unknown in modern history. Democracy dies in darkness. Some have noted sounds like the working title from an inferior James Bond movie became the daily front page. It was on the daily front page of a major newspaper, right? Its reporters bravely committed to holding aloft the flickering lamp of freedom amid the gathering gloom of tyranny. 4 years on, it's clear the warnings were justified. They were right, weren't they? Consider the state of free speech in Mr. Trump's America. Newspaper editors forced to quit because pieces they've run. Academics are removed from positions for daring to dissent from the dominant orthodoxy. Corporate executives fired for opinions written 3 decades ago that now fall outside the lines of acceptable public discourse. In classrooms, newsrooms, boardrooms across the country, you can almost hear the silence as people internally check what they say in the knowledge that if they cross the line, they'll be publicly denounced and very likely terminated. The darkness has indeed claimed democracy. Take the Goya boycott, quote unquote, when the chief executive says we're blessed in this country to have Donald Trump as the president. And now Goya gets canceled. But wait, it's not Mr. Trump who silenced them. Can you name a single person in the media who has suffered materially for saying hostile things about the president in the past 4 years? In fact, there's no surer way to advance your career in entertainment, news, sports, literature, and even business circles than to issue some well-rehearsed bromide on social media about the monster in the White House. Yes, the president characteristically reaches for the extreme when he calls journalists the enemy of the people. That's what this person is saying. They are. It's my little 2 cents. But we see where the real threat lies. It's a climate of ideological intolerance in our nation's cultural institutions that suffocates any attempt to question it. Don't you see? Even if you're a Democrat and you're watching this program on YouTube, you see it. It happened. It came to fruition. Exactly what people said would happen happened. An all-out assault on freedom of speech, freedom of thought, 1984. But it didn't happen because Donald Trump's the president. It happened from the left in this country. And those that would allow for the things to take place right now, like the defunding or dismantling of police departments and canceling out somebody for saying we're blessed to have a president who cares about businesses, their business, one for 80 years that they worked to build from nothing. Not the president that did this, it's you, Democrats. You did this. You, the media, you did this. So it happened, but you made it happen. And what I'm saying is, it's a new day. And each and every day moving forward will be different as long as you are willing to make that change and make that change. It's like Michael Jackson. Didn't Michael Jackson say make that change? Jake? Michael Jackson?
I know about Billie Jean. It's about as far as my Michael Jackson knowledge goes.
The point is this. We have an opportunity to show those that say, we're going to cancel you by canceling them. And you don't have to be mean and you don't have to stoop to certain levels like tearing statues down or destroying businesses. You can do it by showing support for businesses like Goya that Mike Apelka mentioned, that we should have a Buy-Cott and go buy, and maybe you take the extra Goya products that you do buy in support of the company and give them to local food pantries around Southwest Florida. You can do that. You've got a cancel culture that's getting ready to come into Southwest Florida soon because they already are in major sports and they're already making their way to military bases across the country and they're already making their way to certain cities around the country. But they're going to make their way to Southwest Florida that soon we're going to hear the name Lee County has to go because Robert E. Lee. Well, let's cancel that right now. Let's help the cancel culture cancel Robert E. Lee and Lee County as the name of the county. And let's call it Trump County. Let's name it after the 45th president of the United States, who we all know has been able to accomplish things that many other presidents in the past, Republican, Democrat, have not been able to do in their lifetimes and in their terms in office. Let's do it. Let's call it Trump County. You want to do it? Let's do it. It seems like it's tongue in cheek, it's a joke, it's trivial. But when you look at the overall 30,000 foot view of what that is, that's the fight. That's the fight back. You want to go there? Let's go there. Oh, you don't want to name it Trump County? Why? Let's have that conversation. You got to pick that battle in that fight and not be afraid of it. And like I talked to some relatives in the past couple of days about this as well. There are a lot of people that are nervous, that are scared, that are worried, that they don't know what the future holds for their kids, for themselves. Where are we going as a country? But as long as we stick together, as long as we are all together in this, and we fight in unison together, we don't have anything to worry about. Because I promise you, where you think that you're exhausted and you can't do it, and where you can't fight back another day against some of these democracy dies in darkness forces, those that are canceling you or trying to, I promise you that there are people that are ready to grab the flag and go, follow me, I'll lead the way. There are a lot of leaders out there and a lot of people that are willing to make that fight and have you come along just to be able to be there for support. So don't worry about that. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD right now. Let's have a little bit of fun with you. Caller number 5. Caller number 5 at 239-479-5592. If you're caller number 5 right now, we'll play Drew's College, have a little bit of fun. You'll see if you haven't been able to listen to a Drew's College lately. We'll do that coming up. 239-479-5592. Call right now. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is slowing in Lehigh Acres from across at Sunshine and 82. So southbound slowdowns on Sunshine for 1 mile, as well as westbound delays on 82 starting from around Alabama. So west of Alabama, go ahead and hop on Lee Boulevard. If you're heading southbound, stick to Gunnery Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Temperatures this afternoon peaking near 93 degrees with heat indices up to 108. Few spotty showers and storms for today, but higher rainfall potential Wednesday all the way through the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News. News and smart views.
Who is Adam Botana? He's running trashy negative ads, but it's all a distraction. Botana is desperate to hide the fact that he has 0 accomplishments. He's just a liberal living at his parents' place following the Pelosi playbook. With a history of failing to pay taxes, liberal Botana is for sale, taking money from his big sugar buddies, even taking $10,000 into his dark money committee from a Democrat. Arrested for DUI, cited by police 7 times over 7 years, liberal Botana is reckless. Adam Botana, desperate, for sale, reckless, liberal. But Jason Mon is a proven Trump conservative with a solid record fighting for conservative causes, like enforcing immigration laws and protecting the Second Amendment. And Jason Mon is leading the fight to rebuild our economy and keep our water clean. Jason Mon, candidate, House District 76, a Trump conservative, a proven leader. Sponsored by Friends of Jason Mon PC.
Let's talk buttons. Not the buttons on clothes, the ones that do things. The ones that beg the question, what's that button do? There's just something satisfying about pressing buttons. And now, if you have sleep apnea and can't use CPAP, there's a button you can press that's really satisfying. It lets you go from sleeping like this to this. It's called Inspire, and it's as simple as, you guessed it, clicking a button. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with 1 click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device implanted in a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. If you're struggling with CPAP, great sleep awaits at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Chris Crowley is a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve and was deployed to the Middle East as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Chris has been awarded the Army Commendation Award 5 times, as well as numerous other awards, including the Army Meritorious Service Medal. When not defending us abroad, Chris was in Lee County, working as a prosecutor for 15 years, making sure justice was served for those who committed crimes. Now he's running to be your Republican Party state committeeman to represent our conservative pro-Trump principles to the Republican Party. As the Republican Party drifts away from our conservative principles, we need someone ready and able to stand up and fight for President Trump.
This is Chris Crowley. Unlike my opponent, Matt Caldwell, I proudly supported and voted for President Trump in 2016. We don't need another never-Trumper in office. We need a Republican state committeeman who will stand up and fight for our president. I'm asking for your vote in the August 18th Republican primary. Thank you. Paid for and approved by me, Chris Crowley, for Republican State Committeeman, the conservative choice for Lee County.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, we got Kevin in Cape Coral. Here he is. Hello there, Kevin.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I'm ready.
Okay, he's ready. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And your associate's degree question, Kevin, starts right now. Hey, Kevin, the capital of the great state of Florida is?
Tallahassee.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's on this question. How often are U.S. Senate elections held? U.S. Senate elections.
Well, I know they serve for 6 years, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they serve.
Yeah, that's
about
right.
Every 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, 6 years for Senate.
So you
Yep, that's right. That's how long they're in office. Yep, that's correct. All right, so you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. The states that remained loyal to the United States during the Civil War, what were they known as?
They were known as the word we're not supposed to speak anymore, the Confederacy.
No, that's the Union were the ones that were loyal to the U.S.
Okay, yes. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the other ones. The Union, of course.
Jay, can we accept? Can we accept his bad? Can we accept his bad?
I misunderstood the question, but I knew the answer.
Okay.
Who's denying me my rights to an education?
Jake's denying your rights to an education. You can't buzz him for that. All right, we're gonna give it to you because it's that kind of day. All right, whatever. All right, here you go for your PhD. Who was the president of the United States during the first edition of the Farmer's Almanac? Was it Benjamin Franklin, James Madison, or George Washington?
That's a tough one. Well, obviously it wasn't Ben Franklin, so it's either Madison or Washington. I'm just going to guess Madison.
That was George Washington. Yeah, it was actually.
All right,
well, look, you got one, you missed one. That's okay. All right, so we're going to give you a master's degree today. How about that, Drew's College?
Well, hopefully my credits can transfer, and it works for me.
I don't know where they would transfer to, but stop buzzing him, Jake. Just stop. Now he's getting crazy with the buzzer. Enough of that.
Hey, tell Jake you better get in line here.
Yeah. All right. We got to go. All right. You were right all along, mostly, sir.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right. Stay right there. All right. There's Kevin in Cape Coral. All right. When we come back, Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart's going to join us. I wonder what he thinks about the Goya boycott. Maybe we'll talk about that, a little bit about what's happening in the state with regards to COVID and some of the other big things. There's a lot of other things that are going on in Washington right now, and we don't get a chance to talk about it much, but we will coming up with Mario Diaz-Balart next.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends at Zero Res Carpet and Tile Cleaning want to let you know, look, your safety and your family's safety is their top priority. In the light of the current health and safety concerns, Zero Res wants to let you know about some of the procedures and preventative measures for added protection. Practicing safe social distancing while in your home. You can even leave or stay in another room and they can communicate with you by phone. How cool is that? Cleaning and disinfecting all equipment with EPA-registered disinfectants between each job. The techs are wearing gloves and booties. They're supplementing the supply of products that are EPA-approved to clean and disinfect hard surfaces, and as an added preventive measure, at no additional fee, they're going to treat doorknobs with the EPA-approved hospital-grade disinfecting products. Look, the top priority is to create peace of mind by providing people with healthy, safe, clean home and work environments, and they're going to continue to do just that through this difficult time. Give them a call at 239-932-9376. That's 239-932-9376 or online at ZeroResSWFL.com. Spell it backwards or forwards, it still spells the same. ZEROREZ.
As our state representative, Ray Rodriguez has always been the conservative we could count on. Now, Ray wants to take his conservative record to the Florida Senate. Ray Rodriguez fought to end illegal immigration in Florida. He helped ban sanctuary cities and fought alongside Governor DeSantis to protect our jobs by passing E-Verify. Ray will continue to fight to ensure those in our country illegally will not find sanctuary in our state. When it came to protecting the right to life, no one was more pro-life than Ray Rodriguez. In Florida's Senate, Ray will continue the fight to protect the unborn. And when Donald Trump needed him the most, Ray was there. As one of Florida's members of the Electoral College, Ray stood strong against Hillary Clinton and the Democrats when they tried to steal the election by flipping electors. In the Florida Senate, Ray will always support President Trump and his plan to keep America great. Ray Rodriguez has always been a conservative we could count on. Now, we need him in the Florida Senate. Paid by Ray Rodriguez, Republican, for the Florida Senate.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News Update is presented by CFS Roofing. Online at cfsroofing.com.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. Today, you'll know if you'll be required to wear a mask in Collier County. Commissioners will discuss a mandate after the Tourism Development Council recommended one. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. You can, of course, trust Wink News to let you know once a decision is made. Also happening today, Charlotte County and Bonita Springs will also discuss whether or not you should be required to wear a mask. The Bonita Springs Council called a special meeting this evening to allow maximum participation from you. It starts at 6 at the Bonita Springs Recreation Center. Multiple employees at the Tarpon Bay Boulevard Target in North Naples tested positive for the virus. The store says the team members are in quarantine and they're working to deep clean and sanitize the store. It's unclear when the employees last worked and if they had interaction with any customers. Lee County deputies have ruled a car that went into a Bonita Springs canal a murder-suicide. This happened back in February. Deputies say the driver behind the wheel died at the scene. A child was also in the car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. 15 false 911 calls in one day and threatening officers. Cape Coral police arrested Joseph Rulo on Sunday after officers took time to respond to every one of those calls. Police say they heard him threatening to use a handgun against officers as they responded to the last call at his home. Southwest Florida International Airport will reopen Concourse C tomorrow. All passengers for Delta and United will go to that concourse for security screening. The concourse was closed in April because of TSA staffing and reduced traffic. I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
Traffic is slowing in Lehigh Acres from across at Sunshine and 82. So southbound slowdowns on Sunshine for 1 mile, as well as westbound delays on 82 starting from around Alabama. So west of Alabama, go ahead and hop on Lee Boulevard. If you're heading southbound, stick to Gunnery Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Again, high temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s with heat indices peaking at 108 degrees. Only a few areas of spotty showers and storms this afternoon, but by the time we get closer to tomorrow and especially into the latter part of our work week, higher rainfall potential for those thirsty lawns as we continue to see a pretty significant deficit across Southwest Florida. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Jason Mon at Mon, Himshute, and Adams Law Group is your Lee County Home Rule attorney. Their attorneys are here to fight for both you and your family's rights against outside interference. They'll work hard to make sure your business personal home rule isn't threatened by unjust government regulation or dishonest business transactions. So remember, to protect your home rule, please call Jason Mon, your experienced home rule lawyer, 472-2424. That's 472-2424.
If you're far from water, you might think a flood can't happen to you. But the truth is, there are hidden risks that can leave your property vulnerable, like runoff from new development, changing weather patterns, and even wildfires. But if you have flood insurance, you have peace of mind knowing that you can recover faster. Protect the life you've built. Visit floodsmart.gov/storm to learn more. Brought to you by FEMA and its National Flood Insurance Program.
Lower taxes, debt reduction, increased reserves. That's what Kevin Ruane did as mayor of Sanibel. Now Kevin Ruane is running for District 1 on the Lee County Commission. An accountant and businessman, Kevin Ruane knows what it takes to balance a budget and has the record to prove it. Kevin cut Sanibel's taxes by 26% and reduced debt by 80%, all while increasing the city's reserve funds. Now, more than ever, Lee County needs a strong conservative that knows how to run a business and isn't afraid to make the tough decisions to get our economy back on track. We need Kevin Ruane on the County Commission, guiding the way to job creation and financial stability as our economy recovers from the coronavirus crisis. Kevin will bring his 40 years of business experience and his proven record of results to the County Commission to lead the charge in the tough times that lie ahead. Let's put Kevin Ruane to work for us. Vote for Kevin Ruane for Lee County Commissioner. Paid by Kevin Ruane, Republican, for Lee County Commissioner, District 1.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad to see you here. If you're watching on YouTube, streaming live on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel while you're here. It helps to keep it going. So we appreciate that. And we always appreciate a visit from Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, who's joining us right now on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. How are you, sir? It's been a while. How are you doing these days?
I am doing great. I'm healthy, feeling good. And how are you, sir?
I am fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. Boy, it has been... It's been quite the past 24, 48 hours for a lot of different reasons. I mean, we can go into certainly some of the things that are happening in D.C. that we don't normally get a chance to talk about because of what's happening, obviously, with COVID. But, boy, I'd love to get your thought on what seems to have failed spectacularly, this idea that somehow we need to cancel Goya. Because someone would dare say that we are blessed as a country to have the president, someone who understands business, and that he would be in charge right now, and the policies in place for a company who had no problems coming to the White House for a lot of different reasons with other administrations, and what a business they are. And talk a little bit about that and what the cancel culture has been like lately.
Well, it's a very dangerous thing when you can basically go after people and their livelihood and their businesses just because you do not share their opinion. Now, Drew, we've seen that in places like Cuba and Venezuela, where they have, they actually go out mobs and they're organized, and they go out and they go after people that they don't like, right? But the fact that we're seeing that in our country now. And again, let's be clear. This is organized. This is financed. This is not just a random act by some individual who gets mad. And so it's very, very dangerous when, again, because you have an opinion, a point of view, you express your First Amendment. And by the way, it's not like this individual said something offensive and, no, nothing. He expressed a point of view, and then all of a sudden they're going after his business. It's a very scary thing to watch. Again, in Cuba, they have these things called acts of repudiation. That happens to, folks that the regime doesn't like. They send mobs and they do this kind of, frankly, same kind of thing. And so it's it's tactics that we've seen before, but not in the United States, and at least not so visibly and so publicly like we're seeing them now.
Yeah, and maybe you could speak to that a little more and a little more directly, maybe for people that you are on the outside looking in, as opposed to being on the inside, where you see all of these things happening, the defunding and dismantling of police departments, the free speech that is being censored, and the things that you would see in places where there are regimes like in Cuba. And maybe you can speak to that and how you know that there are people in this country, Congressman, that have lived this. Like they have seen this coming before, only to realize what it means at the end of all of this is not good. And so from the rooftops to scream this out, to say, we recognize what this is.
We do recognize what this is. And I know there are a lot of people listening and say, yeah, but it's not going to happen here.
Right.
We're the United States of
Right.
America. But
Right.
let me just, two things. Where it happens, people don't think it's going to happen there. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And let's talk about, I think, a relatively recent case. A country that was an exceedingly wealthy country that had the largest oil reserves in the planet, with a democratic tradition. It was a democracy for forever, frankly, for so long, a strong democratic tradition. And yet, and I'm talking about Venezuela, and you talk to Venezuelans just 20 years ago, and they would tell you, it's not going to happen here. We have a democratic tradition, we have a democracy. Sure, we have issues, but that's why we're a democracy, and we're a wealthy country. And look at it today. Mm-hmm. And again, throughout history, when you see that kind of thing has happened, people never thought it would happen there.
Right.
But we don't have to look too far back. Look at Venezuela. And so how does it start? It starts by dividing. It starts by then going after people for their opinions. It starts by the way, dismantling institutions and getting rid of your history, good, bad, or indifferent. Trying to forget your history. That is exactly what we are seeing in our country now. When you have, we've seen this. It's not new, but it's gotten a lot more aggressive, right? When you have people who can't go to a restaurant with their spouse, because then people get shouted at, individuals go there and they shout you out, organized groups. When you have efforts to, again, eliminate and defund police departments. I have friends who have said, yeah, but that's not really what they mean. Oh, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Look at them in front of the city councils around. Look at what, by the way, one of the leaders of this national movement, Ocasio-Cortez, my colleague in Congress, saying defund means defund. And so let's not be fooled. When somebody says that they want to do something and they continue to say it and they're working towards it, you can't just say, oh, they don't mean it. Yes, they mean it. Mm-hmm. And it's a very, very – look, we've seen what socialism does around the world, and just look at Venezuela. I plead with everybody. A wealthy country with a democratic tradition, with an educated populace, saying it would never happen there. It happened there. And clearly some folks are openly and publicly pushing for that type of government here in the United States. And they're using exactly the same tactics.
Yeah. Before we get to questions that I wanted to ask you about the president's visit there, just a few days. Well, the president's visit to South Miami there in the area. I wanted to ask you this though, because I think this is something that is critical for people to hear. Let's be honest. You are a unique voice in Washington, because you do have people that that are close to you, and you've seen all of this. You've been able to talk to people and see how you'd say it never happens here and then it does. You have that unique perspective. But I want to know from you, and if you can speak to this, I want to know that Republicans are willing to fight. I want to know that in Washington, D.C. right now, I know you are, but I'm saying I want to know that others are out there that understand what this fight is and how serious this is. And it's not going to be business as usual during this time period, at the election or after the election. That we have an electorate that's out there that's listening right now that are your constituents and people here in Southwest Florida and the state and all over that are saying, we want to know we have fighters that understand that people are out there to dismantle this country, that this is serious, that this is not something to blow off and think it'll never happen here. We understand the ramifications here. Are there people in D.C. that get that? Do Republicans know this?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is an awareness of what we are confronting. There is an awareness of the aggressiveness of the opposition. And there's an awareness of what the goal is for many who don't want to. It's no longer an issue, Drew, about this election. There's no longer an issue, which would be important enough about whether, they're going to raise taxes and do more regulations, or we're going to, keep taxes low or lower taxes and less regulation, get the economy going. It's a fundamental change that some folks are trying to do, organic change to the country, to the entire system. And that's what they're talking about. And so is there an awareness of this? Absolutely, there's an awareness of this. And by the way, this battle has been going on quietly in D.C. for a long, long time. Yeah. And, so I will tell you, I get it when people say, Republicans in the past didn't fight enough. But I do think it's important to note some facts. When President Obama was in the White House, remember that for 2 years they controlled the White House, the House, and the Senate. And they did some pretty dramatic things, by the way. Then Republicans got back just the House. We stopped any more tax increases. For the rest of the Obama administration, we were able to stop, massive tax increases. We were able to stop all of these crazy things, cap and trade, all these crazy things that they wanted to do. Republicans don't get enough credit for stopping a lot of this stuff. But right now, Drew, if anybody would have asked me when President Obama was in the White House, hey, do you think that circumstances of the Democratic Party, and it's not, again, the Democrat voters, it's the leadership. Do you think that Obama will be seen as a moderate compared to the Democrats?
Yes.
I would have said, of course not. Of course not. No, right now he's like a John Birch Society guy compared to the leadership of the Democratic Party.
Well, that's
really, really scary.
Right, but that's what I think that's what I'm saying is that I need to know, and my listeners need to know, and I think across the country people need to realize that this isn't battles over taxes. We're not talking about even battles over health care. These are fundamental battles of our constitutional republic. I mean, this is bigger than those battles ever could be. And so when somebody sees a Republican, by the way, Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. When people see those battles and they'll say, well, I just needed a fight, or, the Republicans didn't fight enough on taxes, or didn't fight Obama enough on health care and Obamacare and mandates and everything. That is nothing compared to the kind of battles we have now and that are coming. And people want to know that they can trust their elected officials that they are sending to Washington, D.C., that understand the difference between a tax battle and an Obamacare battle and a mandate battle. And we want to dismantle everything that you know about this country and fundamentally change it in ways that Barack Obama never imagined could be possible. Well, maybe he imagined it, but now it's coming to fruition. They want to know people are going to fight against that.
And you're absolutely right. And you've nailed it. That's exactly what we're dealing with here. That's exactly what's at stake in this next election.
Yep.
And by the way, Drew, people may say you and I are exaggerating a bit, but let me just point to the statement of the Speaker of the House, Ms. Nancy Pelosi, a few days ago. That's the most important. That's in essence the second vice president of the country. Yeah. Third in line for the presidency.
Yeah, sure.
When she was asked about the riots and everything else, and tearing down the statues, without going through the proper channels, without adhering to the rule of law. And what was her answer? Well, people will do what they're going to do.
Right.
In other words, justifying it and accepting it. That's if if, God forbid, Mr. Biden were to win the elections and they would get and they get the majority in the Senate and they keep the majority in the House, we're not dealing with traditional liberalism here. We are dealing with, again, allowing people will do what they do when they tear down. They tear down institutions, when they tear down statues, when they possess parts of cities, when there's rampant violence. We are talking about a different animal. And again, the Speaker of the House, the leader of in essence, now the leader of the Democratic Party is Mr. Biden. I don't know if he knows this yet, if he's realized it. I don't know how much he realizes anything anymore. Unfortunately, I say that with not with glee, but with sadness.
I get it.
But she clearly understands. And she was asked, and she says, people, like, it's cute almost. People will do what they're going to do. Yeah. Excuse me? She's a person in charge. She swore an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, for God's sake. And so you're absolutely right. What is at stake is too darn important. It is fundamentally what country our children, not our grandchildren. I used to say our children and our grandchildren. No. What country our children are going to inherit. The wealthiest, the strongest, the most generous country in the history of humanity in this formidable, wonderful democracy? Or are they going to inherit, something a lot different that, frankly, we would not recognize?
Yeah, no doubt. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. President in his visit to Miami. You talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, really, really good news. Drew, you and I have had this conversation. About 70,000 Americans die every year from illicit drugs and overdoses and et cetera. It's an epidemic. It really is huge. I'll give you some amazingly good news. The president realizing that Southern Command, our folks, our military, our law enforcement, they see coming from South America and Central America drugs coming to the United States because of our resources. They see that, and they think that they see a pretty large percentage, but not everything coming up. And remember, these are drugs that we know are going to be killing people. And they can barely scratch the surface of the stuff that they see coming, which is not all of it. They can only get a very small percentage. They can only interdict a small percentage. And you know why, Drew? Lack of resources here in this hemisphere. That is immoral. That's killing Americans when we see this stuff coming, we know it's coming, and yet have not put in the resources. I've been pleading and begging and working and trying to put money in to increase resources for, again, the interdiction of this killer narcotics coming from Central South America. The president, by the way, has done something that had not been done, I think, since like 1979, 1980. He did a surge now here in Southern Command, under Southern Command, additional Navy ships, helicopters, airplanes, intelligence, etc. And already we're having huge increases in what is being captured in narcotics coming to the United States. Drew, I will tell you, and this is not exaggeration. What the president has done is going to save American lives. And I mean, there's nothing that he could have done that more directly is going to save American lives than the surge that's already happening. In front of us, they had a bunch of captured narcotics. They capture a lot more, but they have to keep them for evidence, obviously. And it's a huge success story, and my hat is off for the president, the administration, for recognizing this reality and for doing some amazing work to save American lives and to capture and bring to justice these murderers who bring these narcotics to the United States.
Yeah, and the thing that's so important that people realize is that with COVID going on, with this crisis, with having to battle against Democrats and some of the nonsense that they are talking about right now, and the truly fundamental damage that they would do to the country, there's a country to run. There are other things that are going on. And the president is getting a lot done that, unfortunately, we don't get to hear enough about because of the other things, and rightly so, that are taking up the headlines. But certainly, with your help as well, the president getting so much done. So that is good news. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. All right, we've got to do this again soon. All the best. I'm so happy to have you back on, and you just let me know. I'd love to have you back.
Thank you, sir. Stay healthy, and we'll talk to you, God willing. Take care of yourself.
All right, we'll see you soon. All right, there he goes. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
That's what sleeping with a CPAP sounds like. If you can't use CPAP, imagine pressing a button and it sounding like this. That's sleeping with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire is a sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body with one click of a remote. That's right, just a button. If you have sleep apnea, great sleep awaits at inspiresleep.com. That's inspiresleep.com. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation. No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward. That's why we're offering powerful and reliable internet and voice, now for only $35 each a month when you buy both and sign up for EcoBill and AutoPay with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on, stay connected with 24/7 support, and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Comcast Business. Offer ends 8/21/2020. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits internet and one voice mobility line. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees extra. Subject to change.
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
You know the problem in Washington? Too many politicians are full of should. They should keep promises, should serve the people, should avoid corruption. But when it's time to deliver, it's just a load of should. Then along comes Donald J. Trump, and the DC insiders, they lose their should. Byron Donalds is a lot like Trump that way. Donalds is willing to shake things up. You can take Trump's word for it.
I want to thank Representative Donalds. He's got a tremendous future ahead of him.
Now Byron Donalds is running for Congress. Donalds fought for low taxes in Tallahassee. He'll keep fighting to protect your paycheck in Congress. Donalds backs term limits. And Donalds stands with Trump to defend our police. Conservative Republican Byron Donalds for Congress. He'll make a difference in Washington. No should. Paid for by Club for Growth Action. Clubforgrowthaction.org and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now. 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777. And move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777. 317-7777. Or online at FortMyersMensClinic.com.
I'm Casey Askar. My family fled Christian persecution in Iraq. We found freedom in America where we can worship without fear. I joined the Marines to defend the country that gave us so much. But now, America is under attack. Our founders, our heroes, our faith. It's time to fight back. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I fought for my faith, my family, and my country, and I will fight for you.
Paid for by Casey Askar for Congress.
Jason Mon at Mon, Himshute, and Adams Law Group is your Lee County Home Rule attorney. Their attorneys are here to fight for both you and your family's rights against outside interference. They'll work hard to make sure your business personal home rule isn't threatened by unjust government regulation or dishonest business transactions. So remember, to protect your home rule, please call Jason Mon, your experienced home rule lawyer, 472-2424. That's 472-2424.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News. Today, you'll know if you'll be required to wear a mask in Collier County. Commissioners will discuss a mandate after the Tourism Development Council recommended one. The meeting starts at 9 a.m. You can, of course, trust Wink News to let you know once a decision is made. Also happening today, Charlotte County and Bonita Springs will also discuss whether or not you should be required to wear a mask. The Bonita Springs Council called a special meeting this evening to allow maximum participation from you. It starts at 6 at the Bonita Springs Recreation Center. Multiple employees at the Tarpon Bay Boulevard Target in North Naples tested positive for the virus. The store says the team members are in quarantine and they're working to deep clean and sanitize the store. It's unclear when the employees last worked and if they had interaction with any customers. Lee County deputies have ruled a car that went into a Bonita Springs canal a murder-suicide. This happened back in February. Deputies say the driver behind the wheel died at the scene. A child was also in the car. He was taken to the hospital where he later died. 15 false 911 calls in one day and threatening officers. Cape Coral police arrested Joseph Rulo on Sunday after officers took time to respond to every one of those calls. Police say they heard him threatening to use a handgun against officers as they responded to the last call at his home. Southwest Florida International Airport will reopen Concourse C tomorrow. All passengers for Delta and United will go to that concourse for security screening. The concourse was closed in April because of TSA staffing and reduced traffic. I'm Kirsten Delgado with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
The crash in Lehigh Acres at Sunshine and Gunnery still active, but the delays on 82 completely gone. So back up to speed on 82. However, southbound slowdowns continue on Sunshine if you want to stick to Gunnery. Also, commuters in Fort Myers, there's still a slowdown on Ortiz heading northbound towards MLK Boulevard, as well as a hit-and-run crash that happened at Treeline just near Goldenwood, with off and on southbound delays on Treeline to Daniels Parkway. And taking a look at my traffic cam, still seeing some wet roadways for Estero commuters just near Corkscrew. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Again, high temperatures reaching the lower to middle 90s with heat indices peaking at 108 degrees. Only a few areas of spotty showers